Do you feel like you're a really good storyteller? It comes very natural to you? Well, I'm going to share a spiritual gift that I just found in one of my clients' Akashic Records in case it unlocks and opens up something within your templates as well. When I went into her energy field, I saw the Mad Hatter, which was representative of stretching our imagination. Then I saw Gollum from the Lord of the Rings, and he grabbed my hand and he said, "Come, come." And so we started running together. And I ended up in a pub. I was wearing a cloak and there was a lot of dancing and singing. I saw a dragon and it was breathing a lot of fire, and there was a person that was holding a sword up to it. Then we went to see Pinocchio in the scene where he turned into a real boy. That whoa, there's so much happening right now. I said, can I be taken somewhere where I can see and hear with more clarity? And I don't know if you've seen the movie Inside Out, but the little girl inside of her brain has her different emotions, and they are at these kind of computers where they can kind of see out of her eyes. That is where I was taken into my client's imaginative scape, and there was a lot of people that were walking around. It was her higher self and her inner children and different incarnations. I said, can we go somewhere that's a little bit more natural-esque, because that will help me be able to perceive more clearly. We went to a tree house, like in Winnie the Pooh, where they're actually inside of the tree. I think in childhood, I remember there was a scene with Rabbit where everybody was in his home and they were throwing like a big celebration. So we were all in there. And when I was talking to her higher self, she said that she is a narrator, a weaver of words. She is able to pass down traditions, folklore, and the old ways. When you have this gift, it's really important. Oh, there's this little lizard. It's really important to be very solid in your own truths, values, and beliefs. As a people pleaser, myself in the past, not anymore, in the past, and I'm sure a lot of other people have experienced that as well, is we put other people's wants, needs, and desires oftentimes above ours as a way to show love, or a way that we are trying to receive love. But that isn't actually a true form of healthy relationships. And I was explaining to my client that she is also looking for her soul tribe members, and when we stay very authentic within ourselves of these are the things that I like in life and that I enjoy and that I want to do, and you present that and wear that on your sleeve, that is when you are able to find people who are also in resonance with the things that you enjoy in life. And do we all need to be the same? No, we're all beautiful individuals, and it's great to learn new things from different people and cultures and environments, because that helps us grow and evolve. These are more so about our inner circle friends, and that we want to spend a lot of time and energy with, that are on kind of the same wavelength and frequency and have similar soul missions and understandings of life and are creating forward movement together. Full circle back around to what I was saying. That might have been for somebody or you if you're watching this. So when you are a narrator and a storyteller, it's so beautiful to learn about different traditions and folklore, and it's going to help you in life and other people as well. But at the same time, we do need to come back to that homeostasis point within ourselves. For example, I give readings to people all the time talking about various different things, childhood trauma, things going on with their finances or their relationships with their partners or their kids. I have to make sure that I'm looking at that from an observant level and not an absorbing level, because sometimes I say, oh, well, if I'm talking to them, then obviously I need to work on these things as well. Sometimes, no, you don't. You're having a conversation with somebody about their stuff. It does not apply to you. And sometimes it does, but not always. And so if you are this type of person, we need to bear that in mind of all of these things that I'm telling and sharing to other people, yes, can be beneficial for me and them, but it's not always about me. Sometimes it's just what they got going on in their life. Her higher self said that in many cultures, she would be considered an elder of knowledge, teaching the younger generations about the past, but also the future. Sometimes we can see this as looking at different tribes throughout history where there was the chief who was helping take care of everybody, warriors with protection, medicine people that would help others heal, gatherers of food and hunters. But then there was also the storytellers, the narrators that would gather everyone around the fire and help people connect to themselves or to nature or to the cosmos or the spirit animals or just life in general. That's what this archetype is. Her higher self said that she's able to look at the tapestry of people's lives like a patchwork quilt, and each one of the patches is representative of a different experience that they have had. And she is able to connect all of the experiences through a storyline filled with symbolism to narrate an unfoldment of potentialities and to help them understand their energetic field and ways to create forward movement. I'm going to give some examples of how this type of archetype has been showcased in our cinematic history. Pocahontas, when she's singing about colors of the wind, that is symbolic of that we are all one. It speaks of equality and humility, how different cultures can have different perspectives and the way that they live their lives, but we can all find a common ground with one another. And it talks about environmental stewardship, taking care of the earth. Mufasa in The Lion King, when he's looking up at the stars with Simba, and he's talking about responsibility, identity, and the natural order of life. In The Matrix, when Morpheus is talking about red pill and blue pill to Neo, that's about reality, perception, and enlightenment. Moana, she goes on a quest to restore the heart of Tafiti, and it's symbolic of understanding her own heritage and true self, and the ocean represents her internal struggles and the call of her destiny. The main word with this archetype is symbolism and understanding their deeper meanings. And a sentence that people might have come to you about if you do hold this archetype is, what does this mean for my life? That's a common sentence of, why do I have this relationship? What does this synchronicity mean? Why did this certain sequence of events happen? Another common sentence is, how do I apply these messages? So insights and downloads from people's higher self, their inner children, their spirit team, their different incarnations. How do we take that symbolism and integrate it into our human life? Her higher self was saying that in order for her to practice this, because she had the symbolism of the Mad Hatter, Lord of the Rings, the dragon, and Pinocchio come up, is to decipher that for herself. So that's something that you could do as well. If you have these common themes or messages or stories, what do those mean for you? Also researching different types of storytellers throughout history. So I'm going to name a few if you want to research them. Griots, bards, skalds, Hakawati, and they're also known as the teller of tales. You can also study different traditions, myths, and legends through books, movies, or reading articles online, watching YouTube videos. Watch other storytellers talk and share. An example of that was Shakespeare. Obviously, he's not alive anymore, but you can find persons who are sharing different narratives through symbolism. Taking a creative writing class, oral tradition workshop, or storytelling workshop. Also looking up the grandmother spider. She's from African and Native American cultures, and she is a weaver of stories and she helps people understand themselves and life. I would love to hear in the comments if you have any questions, if this unlocked and activated something for you as well, and I hope you have a super magical day.